Good evening and welcome to a game for StarLadder Season 4, the first game of the season. Navi versus No Tidehunter, who qualified yesterday in the prelims for StarLadder Season 4. And just a disclaimer, as I had last season as well, I will do this season of course as well. I am not an official caster for StarLadder. For official casts, you go to Own TV. There is a Russian cast by Villet, there is an English cast by Epi. Check those out if you want to watch there's no in-game ticket available just yet, but this game is free to watch inside the client, so open viewers for everybody, so you can watch it inside the game as well if you choose to do so. Now let's see what we're gonna see here. Navi, No Tidehunter, one game only, and we're gonna have a Wisp and a Chen banned out, as well as a Bat Rider and a Bounty Hunter banned out for No Tidehunter, and we have the Darkseer pick up for Navi together with the Chen. Bane picked up there as well. Keeper of Light, Templar Assassin, Lone Druid on the side of No Tidehunter. So they have a mid hero, they have a late game hero, they have a pushing hero, and for Navi they have a jungle hero, a long lane solo hero, and a Bane, which actually I'd like to see Bane in a mid here as a mid hero, but there's a lot of people that run him as a support too. We'll have to wait and see though. Look at the heroes that are getting banned out right now. This is so... I'm gonna say fashionable bans, because banning out a Magnus, a Tiny and a CK with a Wisp already out of play is just something that we have seen more and more later on, more and more lately. So it's fashion banning, I guess. It's what's in right now, or I guess out in this case, because they're banned. They also banned a Lifestealer and Queen of Pain, and Shrek being banned out as well. Undying still made it through, a hero that we have seen banned out a lot of times as well, and more pushing power on the side of No Tidehunter. And now Navi. If you want to have Bane as a support, Bane is not a good hero for counter push or for anything like that. He's really a single target hero. If you want to make good use of him, you have to do it at the start or early game / mid game. Later game, he's not going to be that useful. He does of course have his Fiend's Grip, but mid game is where he should be shining at. And it's going to be a Broodmother and a Sand King picked up by Navi, Rubik and Undying on the side of No Tidehunter, and I cannot believe how fast these two teams have picked up their hero. Oh, is there actually... Well, I have a Season 3 ticket for StarLadder, and it might be that they just put that up on in the client just as a Season 3 game, but we'll find out shortly. As we're waiting for everybody to pick up their heroes, everybody of No Tidehunter has not picked up their heroes just yet. And maybe Navi... well, everybody of Navi actually already picked up their heroes.
10 seconds.
Well... there might have been some penalties for some people being late for the drafting phase, so having penalties for less time, but neither of these teams actually needed their time. And I always like to see, I mean, we know that No Tidehunter has Admiral Bulldog, like, every single game. And if you are versus Admiral Bulldog, why do you not ban out the Lone Druid? You know he shines on that hero. And you wanna maybe cripple your opponents a bit, but he has got his Lone Druid, so happy times for him. Let's see who is gonna be playing what for No Tidehunter. On the Radiant side, Eternal Envy, the only non-European player, will be playing on the Rubik as a support in this case. Has got wards in his inventory. Keeper of Light will be played by Aki. No wards in his inventory. Got a couple of clarities. And curious to see where he is going to be going. Probably with the Undying. Undying, who picked up a shield, is going to be played by Loda. We're going to have S4 playing the Templar Assassin, and Puppy is going to be found here in the jungle. Are they able to do something here? They don't have a slow or anything. Will not be able to pick him up. And Admiral Bulldog, of course, on his Lone Druid. And that is everybody of No Tidehunter. Nice word. Everybody of No Tidehunter. On the Radiant side, let's see who's playing what on the side of Navi. We have a Vorst this time on the Sand King, Arsart on the Bane, Puppy of course on his signature Chen. Mid lane is gonna be for Dendi on the Darkseer, interesting to see that one, and Light of Heaven on the long lane on the Broodmother. And that is gonna be him versus Admiral Bulldog by himself. Should be a safe lane for both of them. Neither should be really dying, and both of them should be getting some farm as well. And then it looks like we're gonna have an aggressive tri-lane for No Tidehunter on the top lane. And the thing is, when you have an aggressive tri-lane, you...
My woes grow light as a
interesting. Probably just maybe to check out if there was a word there. Ooh, look at that. It doesn't see it. It doesn't see it. I love this ward. Normally you don't see this. And this is on the low ground. They have to have vision up on the high ground, and they don't have anything to do that with. God, I love that ward. Okay. Okay. We see Aki blocking the creep camp here. It's all fine. So, what I was saying, if you have an aggressive trial lane, you have to make it count. You have to get some kills. So let's see if they're going to be able to do that. They're up first a dual lane of a Bane and a Sand King. So there's a Nightmare if they want to go for something. There's a Burst Strike with stuns, and a Burst Strike, of course, to get away as well, like an escape for a Force. But still a lot of damage coming out from No Tidehunter, and a Telekinesis to initiate stuff with. Illuminate already blasting through a Force there. Missing the creep wave mostly, so a good job at that, making sure the lane doesn't get pushed out too much. But for now I think both of them should be safe, until there are some extra levels on the Undying, and maybe on the Force as well. We're gonna see the Templar Assassin in mid lane, played by S4 versus Denny. So, a Darkseer is being seen as a counter towards the Templar Assassin. You know, yeah, oh sorry, I was brain fart right there. But why that is, it's of course because of the Iron Shell popping off the refraction. It goes very fast. She can't really come in close, well she can, but her refraction will pop away. It's just that simple. At the same time, I don't think anybody will really die unless it's gonna be S4 playing really careless, or Dandy not being careful enough. And he has a surge, he can get away safely regardless of where he is, and S4 has got the refraction. If she runs away, she should be fine. Unless there's Dandy surging up a creep that's chasing him down, or surging up himself and chasing him down. It really will depend. Interesting to see this combination as, well, it is a known combination, but you don't see it that often. Of course, also because Darkseer gets banned out a lot in those games, but look, refraction already off again, and that's Templar Assassin out of mana. She needs that bottle, and surge away from Dandy towards the bottom lane to pick up the haste rune that he will definitely get. He does have a bottle already, so filling it up, making sure he is ahead of that Templar Assassin now for sure. No bottle yet on the TA. It's getting brought though by a courier that's very slow, because it's, you know, a lizard and stuff. Doesn't have wings or anything like that, but yeah, something that is definitely in favor for now for Dandy. It's of course at the same time, as soon as TA gets level 6, she will be able to get traps and slow Dandy down and get, of course, that melt damage going, and she will be able to do a lot of damage. But we'll see how that goes. She actually doesn't have any points in melt just yet. Look, that's the harassment that I'm talking about. And there's the bottle charges being used by S4 as well. We'll jump ourselves over to the bottom lane for a second to see how things are going here. We have got the Lone Druid being on 15 for 5 last hits, with the Broodmother being on 8 for 2. So Broodmother slightly behind here, but that is logical. Normally we see the Broodmother getting ahead the moment she picks up a Soul Ring, and she does get last hit. She doesn't get harassed that much. And the first blood is on the mid lane. It is the TA Poppy coming there to join there, and sorry for missing that one. Wow, that's a good start. Sentry, of course, or just Centaur helping out there, and making sure that they get a solid kill. Boots for Dandy on the mid lane. And a nice rotation, and in the meantime the trial lane for No Tidehunter not really working out, because as I said, it's only going to be working out for you in aggressive trial lane if you can either shut down your opponent very hard, which right now actually they are doing, sending only 3 last hits, or if you can get some kills. But other than that, it's going to be really tricky to actually make the best of it. But they are getting slightly in favor here. At the same time, they are losing their mid lane, so it's not really that ideal. And they're still giving experience away. Ooh, Entangle up on the Broodmother, but that's all the harassment that Admiral Bulldog can give. There is a Sentry Ward up, though. If there's got to be another Entangle inside this vision range, that might be death for the Broodmother. There might be death for Light of Heaven. Undying in the meantime, 22 for 13, is highest up on last hits together with the Lone Druid, but we can't really count Lone Druid all that much, of course, because there are Spiderlings, Spider Rides, oh, Light of Heaven, now inside the ward vision, gonna try to run away, will be able to do so, probably will be, right clicks to go, and that's him invisible once more. No more vision, no more Sentry Ward. And now here comes support, here comes Dandy coming in from the side, wants to go for Admiral Bulldog and an Entangle, and now Dandy tries to search himself away. That Entangle, wow, how can you be so lucky? And Chen in the meantime making sure he gets a kill on the top lane, Keeper of the Light. In the meantime, we're going to jump ourselves back to the lower lane, because Broodmother, he's going to be fine. Jumping ourselves back to the top lane, of course, Telekinesis will get stunned. Is he going to be staying alive for now? Looks like he might be. Undying being locked inside a Nightmare, cannot chase that anymore. Here comes a Tornado helping out, they want to go for low, the Illuminate going through, it will be Puppy that has to back off. And action all over the map at the same time. That is something that is pretty nice. It's not a coincidence that it happens at the same time. May I just point that out? Because if you make sure, like, imagine 5 people, they're sitting on Skype, TeamSpeak, whatever they are using, communicating on how it's going. Someone can call miss in the mid lane, that's fine. So you know that they have to watch out for the Darkseer. Will mean that that they might not be that aware of Puppey, and if they then go on the bottom lane, we see Admiral Bulldog maybe, you know, screaming something that he's getting ganked or something like that. Might distract the top lane for a second, and having 2 ganks at the same time might cause enough confusion to make sure that at least one of them works, and it did. And it did. And for people that are asking, all the VODs of yesterday are on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out there. As we have got Templar Assassin, gonna get a Burrow Strike, cannot melt anymore. A vacuum inside, Iron Shell will do the job and gets the kill as well as the tower still hits on a force. Surge away, ooh, nice dodge with the Sandstorm. We'll be able to stay alive with that. And that is 4-0 in favor of Na'Vi, as we see Eternal Envy getting away from that Ursa Warrior. A ward up here by the Dire as well. Nice vision, nice control of the map so far. And of course, I mean, no Tidehunter, definitely not out of the picture just yet. This Lone Druid is farming magnificently. He's got 37 last hits, inflated with Spiderlings. Let's just put up that one just to see the net worth. Net worth is also in his favor. Lone Druid top in the charts. Dendy second there, as we see. I'm not sure why. Oh, he's of course still being very low. He's actually walking all the way back. But yeah, Dundee second highest, of course. He's been part of 2 kills so far of the 4 and has been getting nice last hits as well. He's got 1100 gold, picked up an invisibility rune, going towards the bottom lane. He's not by himself either. Broodmother is clearing out a creep wave, and there's Puppey incoming as well from the top. So this will be, if they can't kill off Admiral Bulldog, they will be able to kill off the tower. That's basically it. And Admiral Bulldog indeed gonna TP out, knowing that he would not be alive here very much longer if he stuck around. But it will be the end of the tower. We even have a force moving towards the bottom lane. This is just, they really don't like this bottom lane tower. In the meantime, let's see if they can take down a tier 1 tower in return, though. There is a Bane, of course, trying to stop that, but like I said during the draft, Bane is one of those heroes that is very much a single target hero, let's put it that way. Nightmares brings out all oriented for one hero only, so he can't really do all that much. Maybe try to get a deny up on the tower. Fortification will go out, tower goes down in the bottom lane, goes towards Puppey on his Chen. More gold for him, as he's probably going to be building towards his mechanism soon. And Lone Druid, of course, trying to continue farming, but right now he has to take it slow because there's a lot of people around there that want his skin. Nice bear skin, who doesn't want that? Tombstone being put up, it's going to be too late to catch out the Bane, but it's going to be in time to pick off all the creeps that come in from the Dire side, meaning that this tower indeed is going to be left alone. Does not V want to defend their tower. Normally we see them wanting to do that, and we do have Danny surging his way towards the top lane. Arsart still sticking around as well, still level 5, no free script yet, level 8 in the Darkseer, level 3 on the Rubik. Wow, this could be bad for Internal Envy there. Ward being placed by the Radiant side, Nightmare up on Loda, and there's a, oh, look at that! And one brain step, one right click, vacuum in, that's it. Not even a vacuum in. And they're chasing down Undying. Gets a burrow strike in his face. Right clicks to go. Vacuum in this time. And there's a golem form. Tries to heal himself. Will be enough. Nice decay actually. Might be able to be enough. Search for on the force. Will be able to burrow strike. Will get the kill with that as well. But they won't be getting anything anymore because the Keeper of Light was long gone. Or at least hiding behind his tower. Might be able to throw out some Illuminates to at least make sure his tower is going to be safe. As we do have Arsart want to dive this. Has a screen script. Doesn't have mana just yet. And is not going to be able to do anything anymore. There is a ward up here for the Dire side, so they do see him, but they can't really do anything with it now. In the meantime, bottom lane is going to be Admiral Bulldog still trying to farm against that Broodmother. There is also Puppey around there who's been taking a lot of harassment. Not really sure why, maybe from the creeps, maybe still from the Lone Druid. Could be the case. Even one entangle could do a lot of damage. And Undying actually picked off the Bane. So Bane hang around there too long. Arsart overextending, tried to run back through the tower, and I was not expecting that to happen. Because that was kind of obvious that he would not be staying alive very much longer. Because of course, if you're dying right now, you will be up very soon again. But that was actually only the first kill of the Radiant side. No Tidehunter is now having their Admiral Bulldog in some trouble, as there is an unstable hunger up on Level Heaven who tries to block an Admiral Bulldog. Gonna be getting entangled. That bear. He's been lucky with those entangles a lot this game so far. Tier 1 tower top lane, by the way, still fell as well, so tier 1 on the mid lane. So we do have one tower actually in favor of no Tidehunter, as they are even again on the gold, slightly in favor now even. With all the rotations from Na'Vi not being enough, and of course their lone druid still farming heavily. Of course Broodmother still taking a lot of as well. Arsard taking a lot of damage here. One more decay will do the job, and actually it's Undying that gets the right click just in there, and Dandy now in a lot of trouble. Will be able to search away in 7 seconds, but it's not going to be in time. There was a decay, and that was the kill. Telekinesis up on a force, and that's going to be a kill. Should be a kill. Epicenter being channeled, and it's still going to go off, but he still goes down. Triple kill for Lowdown is Undying. How did that happen? Overextension from Na'Vi. Underestimating the Undying, who definitely does his name justice, not dying there. Still alive, has got 2k gold in his inventory right now. And arcane boots in his inventory as well, as he now finishes off his hood. So he's going to be going for the tanky build. And yeah. Why did he do that? Was that intentional? He just died. 2 neutrals. Sorry. Just a moment of silence, please, as we remember this Rubik for, well, maybe the fastest way to get back into the base. I mean, he is faster than his teammates, right? Full HP on mana and again as well. I guess as a support, it's not that bad to do that. You don't have any gold anyway, and if you spend it all, it's gonna be just fine. Intentional. It can't be anything else but intentional. Admiral Bulldog gonna be locked inside a Fiend's Grip. 5 seconds cooldown though for Arsard. And there's gonna be a Nightmare on the bear. No more mana anymore for Fiend's Grip. And now Illuminate coming through as well, as we have Loda in the mix. Do they have any true sight? They do not. And they cannot chase this anymore at all. Dandy around here as well though. Here comes Rubik, gonna find Dandy around the corner. Will not do anything with it, as they're still chasing down the Broodmother, who is not got webs anymore, has to place one for herself. Bane still hanging around there. Illuminate goes through. This would be the last tier 1 tower going down on the side of Na'Vi if they manage to take it down, but they have got 4 heroes here. The only one that's not there is the TA, who's getting harassed here by Dandy, who's chasing him down. There's a trap as well, helping out, trying to make sure that S4 can get away, trying to TP out, and there is of course the cooldown up on the vacuum, but the kill is still there. Jeez, that was a lot of damage from that level 4 Iron Shell. In the meantime, of course, tier 1 tower still drops, nothing that they could do about that one. So a tower for a kill on the TA. TA, who we really haven't seen yet, like the entire game so far. She has died 3 times, has not been in any kills so far. 72 last hits. Yes, she is doing nice on the net worth, but I do believe that is mostly the results of the towers that are in favor of no Tidehunter right now. Has 2 towers now in favor, and she does have 2k gold in her inventory. Maybe she's gonna pick up a Blink Dagger, but she should be showing herself right now. This is the time where a Templar Assassin should be having her prime time, should be having the most of her kills, should be dominating. Maybe not in kills, but at least on the map control. Illuminate going through, scaring Dandy and Arsard away again, clearing out the creep wave of course as well. The Lone Druid still farming. He's got 1400 gold, picked up Hand of Midas on 1 bear. Normally what we see from Admiral Bulldog is 2 Hand of Midases, but that might be a bit too much, as they think that maybe the game is not going to be long enough to warrant that build. But we will find out. Nice map control by Na'Vi, by the way. They might not have the most towers down, but they definitely make sure that they got vision of the entire Radiant jungle, or at least to see who comes into the jungle, who comes out of the jungle, as wow. I think he just found Chen creep and killed it off. Yeah. Centaur from Chen, and actually Centaur will be able to get away. And together with the courier, Centaurs both very low. It'll be fine. Bug. Okay, that's fine. Lone Druid letting his bear do the works for him. 1600 gold. Curious to see what he's going to go for. If he wants to go for a Maelstrom, which we sometimes see Lone Druids go for, when they don't expect the game to be lasting that long. But it will all depend on how comfortable he feels in his farm and how fast he feels like he is farming, as we have, whoa, Eternal Envy taking a lot of damage from these pilings. Level 6 now though. Can start to steal some more skills now, or at least some skills now, because he couldn't do it before that. 700 gold up on the Undying, who's second on the net worth, doing a nice job there. Let's take a look at the gold graph. We already know that was in favor of no Tidehunter. The result of the towers going down, of course, this is basically all the gold that you have from towers. Experience graph at the same time is slightly in favor of no Tidehunter. And even though you see that Na'Vi has the most kills, there is a very simple explanation for that. It is because no Tidehunter has been getting the later kills, so got a bit more experience from those than the experience that Na'Vi got for the kills that they did. And they have been roaming around a bit less. Na'Vi has been the one to roam around most and to try to get those kills, with no Tidehunter just hanging around together. And or hang around at lanes that they were on and trying to get the experience on the lanes. And we see now that they are leaving the lanes. They don't have anybody on the top lane. It will be Sandking who's going to continue farming for his Blink Dagger there. Is only 400 gold away from now on. But it is no Tidehunter that is just starting to group up a bit more. All of them are in the Radiant jungle or around there on the mid lane. So we might see well, we're gonna see a 4-man push maybe coming up soon. TA coming in from the side. We have already got the Rubik here on the Keeper of the Light as well as the Undying. There is of course the ward there from Na'Vi, so they do see everybody coming there, so it's no surprise, and they're gonna put up a fairly defensive position for them right now. Darkseer picking up a Blink Dagger. This is gonna be very annoying to be facing. Even if you get a Blink Dagger now on the Templar Assassin, which she does have, she can't be saved from that Iron Shell. That Iron Shell is just gonna be your doom. There's no escape in your refraction. It's just that simple. As more Illuminate soon, probably to go through to push this back. Nope, not just yet. Never mind. Puffy coming in from the side, has having 3 Centaurs, sending his Centaurs on the way. It's gonna be Admiral Bulldog maybe that they want to be going for. Of course, we still have Light of Heaven farming against them. Light of Heaven, who, I mean, it's actually, it works out nicely, these two. Like, if you normally have a Broodmother, you know, like the thing that you normally say, wait a second, what are you doing there? TPing out. Good choice there, S4, thank you. But if you normally have a Broodmother, then you know, like, okay, you cannot leave the lane, otherwise she'll be taking towers. That's basically the way that Broodmother is, you know, regarded as. And if you have a lone druid and you know that he wants to be farming until he has enough farm to take over the game, well, then you just can put him up against against a Broodmother. There's no way that Broodmother is going to be pushing in against a lone druid, not without help anyway. Roshan being taken, by the way, in the meantime by Na'Vi. There's really nothing that no Tidehunter can do yet, because their lone druid is not farmed enough. Lone druid is just farming on the bottom lane, is actually gonna help out. They actually want to try to go for this. Templar Assassin standing around as well. Roshan about to die, almost. And his Broodmother that picks up the Aegis still though. Decay does a lot of damage, a lot of heroes there. And there is a Tombstone up as well. Danny trying to get himself out of there. Hand of God, not going to be able to do anything anymore. And now Bane on the way out goes down as well. TA picking up the 10 in the meantime. Light of Heaven has still got the Aegis. Tries to hide. Is there any vision? There's the Dust. That's the vision. And that's the Aegis being popped. They don't have any vision anymore though. At least Dust is on cooldown. He could just sit there and be safe. Should be safe, but no, he walks into the center ward, goes down. Almost a team wipe on Na'Vi, with the only one surviving there as a force. So don't think he was actually in that mess, in that fight. What a fight. They could take that. Lone Druid coming out from his lane, picked up the relic as well, and now they want to go for more. Now they feel like they have the momentum, and the Undying definitely had the strength of the game. Templar Assassin helping out, and that was just a massacre at 8 for 8 all of a sudden in a game that doesn't have that much kills to begin with, though of course both of the lineups are not really made for a kill heavy game. TP in again for Dandy, who blinks after. Instantly TA locked inside a Fiend's Grip, no escape for her. And Chen picking up the kill. Illuminate still going down. Burrow Strike is not going to be stopping him from TPing out, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be safe in his own fountain. And drums being built up by the Darkseer. More movement speed for him. He is going to be such a dangerous Darkseer. It is insane. As we have got Undying being locked inside a Nightmare. Now being stunned up by the Centaurs. Burrow Strike as well. Stun locked. Undying heals himself. It's not going to be enough, or is it? Blinding Light helping out. Still not. Pipe is up. Tombstone is down. Looking for a target. Gonna be picked up still by the Darkseer. Vacuum in there. Dandy getting the kill. Now Dandy on the way out. And it's gonna be sent home by the Chen. Will be safe. Forest will be safe as well. No kills being done by no Tidehunter. And it is Na'Vi this time that gets away with 2 kills. Not with the tower, though. That was their intention, to take down the tier 1 tower. But nope. No can do. They back off victorious, but not entirely satisfied, I would guess. But they get the Undying, and the Undying right now, this is their nail on their coffin right now. Like, Undying is one of the most annoying heroes on the side of no Tidehunter at this time. That Tombstone is deadly, and he did his name justice in that fight. He did his name so much justice. He could just, I mean, you saw him. It was Burrow Strike, 2 Centaur stuns, and he was still alive after that time. Healed himself once, gone for up, and he could just turn around and start to fight. Luckily for Na'Vi, that was Danny with a vacuum in, but other than that, otherwise, might have ended a lot different for that fight. And we got the Templar Assassin in the meantime. 1100 gold is picked up an Ogre. Probably gonna go for BKB just to make sure she can't be put inside a Burrow Strike anymore, I guess, because she's still gonna be locked inside a Fiend's Grip. That goes through BKB. Need to have a Lincolns to do that, if I'm correctly. I hope I am correct, actually. I hope I am. 1300 gold up on him right now. We have Light of Heaven going for his Orchid, of course, still going for that. Is taking his time. I actually think it should have been complete already. He is highest farmed for Na'Vi, though. The highest farmed hero on the map, and even Havorfs, who was on a dual lane top, the easy lane, is not gonna be doing enough. He is still even almost as high as the Keeper of Light that was supporting. I have to say though, Keeper of Light did just get a kill up on Dandy, up on the Darkseer on this top lane. I think that was just slightly overextension from Dandy. 5 euros here to take him down. And again, no towers down just yet. No Tidehunter being very prone of saving their towers, as we have Templar Assassin trying to steal this damage. Hand of God going through. And it should be enough. He can blink afterward though, but he's not going to try that. I mean, Chen being around there, Mechanism already being used, that's on the Chen right now. Let's take a look at Na'Vi and what they are building so far. Like I said, Mechanism on Puppy. We have got the Blink Dagger already up on the Sand King, who still hasn't been able to throw out a good Burrow Strike, Blink Dagger, Epicenter, and other order, of course. We have, of course, Darkseer, who picked up a Oblivion Staff. I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to do with this, because there's already going to be an Orchid up on Light of Heaven, on his Broodmother. But do you want to have 2 Darkseer walls up? That could be. And for the people that ask, I can indeed do this. But yeah, he could be going for a thing. What's it called? Refresher Orb. That's the one. Tier 2 tower gonna get harassed. First Tier 2 tower in the game if it goes down, and well, then he just blinked himself away, giving up on the tower, and they can't really do anything with that. Radiance being up on the Spirit Bear, 21 minutes in, and Lone Druid definitely starting to mingle a lot more in fights. Got 1500 gold, and of course still the same thing goes as what I said earlier. The moment you leave the Broodmother on the lane, you will have your Tier 2 tower getting harassed there, and that's why they all TP'd here. They need to kill him off once or twice to try and make that work. Light of Heaven on the way back, our side on the way back, and they're not going to be able to pick up anyone anymore. 1900 gold already. He farms so fast. But yeah, this is what I said. They have to be careful with that. If they take a Tier 2 tower, that's fine, but they have to be willing to give their own Tier 2 up next time they do something like that, because Broodmother is definitely going to be trying to do that. As I think that is the Orchid completed. Yes, it is. As we have got Vacuum in TA. What are you doing there? Dandy, blink away. Will there be a blink afterwards? Telekinesis there, helping out. Blink again in 3 seconds if he wants to. TP out there from Rubik. Will there be a vacuum? Will there be a Burrow Strike? Yes, there will be. Eternal Envy, you are going to give your life. At least the TA gets away safely. But Rubik goes down to the Chen, to Puppy, who's got 2k gold in his inventory. Hoping for him to see a Aghanim Scepter. Let's see what he's going to go for though. But Aghanim Scepter would be really nice. Because once no Tidehunter thinks, you know what, we're ready, we're going to start pushing in some Tier 3s. They will be under siege for a very long time, and yes, they've got some nice counter push heroes in the way of a Sand King, the way of a Darkseer, but the turtle potential is not that big, and they need to be able to stay alive through everything that no Tidehunter can throw at them, and it's gonna be tough, because if you look at this lineup and you think about this lineup late game, I would say no Tidehunter. That Lone Druid is gonna be the hardest carry that's gonna be found in this game. And then this would be a fairly farmed Lone Druid as well. We just spent some of his money. What did he get? Hyperstone in his inventory. So Assault Cuirass has got to be next up for him. Or maybe still making my wish come true and going for Mjolnir. Blink in, melt damage, Burst Strike away. Nice one. No kill. 3 versus 1 cannot catch out of horse. No can do. 1200 gold in his inventory. Has got Power Threads, has got a Bracer. Might be going for a Veil next. We haven't, like I said, we haven't really seen that combination from him just yet. The combination of the Blink, Burst Strike, Epicenter. But that's also because no Tidehunter making sure that they cannot be caught out like that. There's no real situation where they can do that. Yes, they have the dominance of the game. They are farming most right now. 7,500 gold in favor. This Lone Druid farm is, of course, topping the charts right now as we see him almost 4k ahead of the next one. The dust being popped there. Light of Heaven gonna turn around to Rubik though. Might be getting a kill out of this, but well, he still will be going down there. And it's Lone Druid that picks up the kill, but at least not going down empty-handed. Blinding Light helping out, and here comes the Forest, knocking himself inside a Sandstorm. Still gonna be hasted, but there's an entangle. What a luck on that lone druid, Admiral Bulldog. I'm not sure what he feeds that bear, but it's gotta be oh, I don't know how to say that in English. Clovers, like the one that give you luck. Oh well. But he is a lucky bear. Without that entangle, of course, would have been away. 4-leaf clovers. Thank you, chat. Indeed. Does he understand what you need? Yeah, there we go. He realized it too. The BKB completed up on the TA. And let's see, Mechanism also up on the Keeper of Light. He's got 1600 gold in his inventory. Curious to see what he's going to go for next. I'm quite surprised by the lack of Force Staffs in this game. Normally we see a lot more Force Staff. There is no Force Staff on no Tidehunter. There is a Ghost Scepter on the Chen. Of course, if you want to do something against that lone druid, you can always put yourself in the Ghost Scepter and hopefully he goes away. Same thing goes for the Templar Assassin, of course. That's the one thing that you can do against him. No Force Staff on the Sand King, but he does have a Blink Dagger, of course. And it is indeed going to be Refresher on the Darkseer, Dandy Refresher. That will be interesting. Double walls, and we have not really seen that in action just yet. But what I said earlier about the potential for Navi to turtle, Darkseer Wall is one of the biggest turtle abilities there is. And if you then make 2 of those, wow, that's going to be really painful for no Tidehunter. And I mean, their strength that they have right now, the strength of the farm, that's going to be turning around in their faces. It's just that simple. Almost ready also on that one. And maybe with that we'll see Navi maybe even trying to push a bit more. We have got the Bane, who also doesn't have a Force Staff. He is actually a hero that I would expect to see a Force Staff on at some point, because he can be a nice initiator hero. He can be Force Staffing himself in, nightmaring someone, wait for the rest to show up, and then just take the kill. And Brood Model, we have no Force Staffs in the entire game. I'm not sure how often this happens, but to me, not that often. Tier 2 tower gonna be dropping here. No real defense coming out. TA picks up the last hit for that 1800 gold in the inventory. 1 Tier 2 tower left standing on the side of Navi. And for the people asking, this is a StarLadder match, Season 4, which will mean that there's only 1 game between each team. So there is 16 teams in total of the entire Star League, sorry. Because StarLadder also has a Pro League and a AM League and stuff. But in the Star League there's 16 teams, so every team faced each other once, so every team has 15 games in total. And at the end of the season, the 4 teams with the most points make their way over to Kiev. Because this season it will only be 4 teams in the LAN finals, unlike last season where there were actually 8. And that's a change from last season, indeed. Big change, actually. Not even 6, no, 8, 4, that is. Let's see, this lone druid, 1100 gold. Does he have? Yeah, he has the Salt Cuirass already complete. Of course, there's one danger that we have here with the Spirit Bear. The later it gets, the more squishy in a way Spirit Bear becomes, because he scales a bit with his levels, but after that, I mean, he's not going to get more than 2700 HP unless you feed him a heart or something like that. But until then, he will just be this bear with this armor. And right now, he's kind of peaked in regards to survivability. I mean, it is Admiral Bulldog playing it though. Like really, what are we saying? Admiral Bulldog is Star Lone Druid player. Light of Heaven still only has his Orchid. Died twice so far. Has got 1 kills in his inventory, or in his pocket, I guess, in a way, and hasn't got any assists just yet. Let's see if he's gonna try to do something against this push. And this is this thing that Lone Druid can just do. Just send his bear in, kill off the tower. Doesn't even need to do any more than that. Just kill the tower and back off. And at some point, they will be able to do that in the Tier 3 tower as well, as we have the Fiend Script already on cooldown. Now Ghost after being used by Arsard. BKB popped by the TA, and he gotta go for Arsard. There's a Nightmare trying to help out. And the spill damage still almost got him, but the Chen TP out was enough. Telekinesis there. Puppy will be giving his life for the Bane here. 1 more hit. Lone Druid getting the last hit. Goes down. And it looks like his Ursa Warrior is going to drop with him as well. And this might be the chance for no Tidehunter to actually do something to the Tier 3 tower there. There is not going to be anything to heal up the team from Navi after this. And really, like, what can they do? The only thing that they can do is this guy. With the refresher completed. Dark Wolf replicas, here they come. Vacuum in. Burrow strike epicenter. Roll of replica number 1. Dandy down before he can put down the second. That is Force also down. Jen down. Jen buys back. It is a Broodmother that goes down as well. And now it's Arsat only one alive. And that is just gonna be a Broodmother. Sorry, a Lone Druid. 2 farmed. Fadebolt going through. Vacuum being stolen by the Rubik helping out as well. Massacre on the side of Na'Vi. And the game goes to No Tidehunter for the first game of StarLadder. And we see a very convincing game. At no point was No Tidehunter, well, maybe slightly at the start. We saw before, well, in the first couple of minutes, Na'Vi roamed around successfully to get themselves some kills, but after that, it was all upwards, as in positive for No Tidehunter, no escape for them anymore. As we see Arsat getting picked up, we're just waiting for them to clear out the throne, as Admiral Bulldog has just set his mind onto that. He's got 6k gold. I mean, really. So this was one game only. We're gonna see another game for StarLadder if I can get it. Mind you, again, I'm not an official caster for StarLadder. For official English cast, you can check out Epi on Owned TV. You can check out Villain and Casper on Own TV for Russian casts, and we will be seeing if we can find out a next game, and there's gonna be 2 games that we have to pick from, but we'll find out shortly. So stay tuned for that, as well, they're back. Oh yeah, my name is Sheever, I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. Follow me on YouTube if you want to support me, youtube.com/SheeverGaming. There you go, thank you, and be right back.